What if that very first thing you eat every single day could actually add years to your life? It's a pretty wild idea, right? But today, we're going to dive deep into the science behind it. We're going to look at what the world's longest living people are eating for breakfast to see if we can uncover their secrets. Let's get right into it. Really think about that for a second. The idea that something as simple as your morning meal could shape not just how you feel today, but your entire lifespan? Well, it turns out, for some folks around the globe, it's not just a what if, it's their reality. And that brings us to this incredible concept called the blue zones. These are basically the longevity hotspots on our planet. I'm talking about these amazing places like Icaria in Greece, Okinawa in Japan, and Sardinia in Italy. Now, researchers have been studying these people for decades, trying to figure out what's the secret sauce. And you know what? A huge piece of that puzzle comes down to what's on their breakfast plate. So, before we jet off on a world tour, we need to understand the why behind it all. It turns out these breakfasts aren't just random collections of food. Nope, they are all built on a few key nutritional pillars that science shows are absolutely crucial for a long, healthy life. Okay, first up, fiber. This is huge. Think of it as the foundation for energy that lasts all morning. A great example is the beta-glucan in oats. Studies have shown it is fantastic for lowering that bad LDL cholesterol, which, let me tell you, is a massive win for your heart. Plus, all that fiber keeps you feeling full and satisfied, so you're not reaching for snacks an hour later. All right, pillar number 2, high-quality protein. Things like eggs or Greek yogurt give you that lasting energy and are just critical for managing your weight. In fact, get this. Some research shows that having eggs for breakfast can actually make you eat fewer calories throughout the rest of the day. It's all about feeling satisfied, not stuffed. And please, don't be afraid of fats. We're not talking about just any fats. We're talking about the good guys, the healthy ones, especially omega-3s. You'll find these in things like flax seeds, walnuts, and olive oil. They're incredible for your heart, and they're absolute superstars at fighting chronic inflammation, which, as we know, is at the root of so many diseases. And rounding out our 4 pillars, we've got antioxidants. Think of these as your body's personal bodyguards. They go to battle for you, fighting off cell damage and keeping inflammation in check. You get them from berries, coffee, even egg yolks. Those contain lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 antioxidants that have specifically been shown to protect your eyes. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so let's recap. We've got our 4 pillars: fiber, protein, healthy fats, and antioxidants. Now, for the fun part. Let's see how these principles actually show up on the breakfast tables of the longest living people in the world. First stop on our world tour is the stunning Greek island of Icaria. This place is a blue zone that's famous for having an incredible number of healthy people living well into their 90s and even hundreds. And their morning meal is a perfect example of simple being powerful. A lot of them start their day with this hearty Mediterranean-style oatmeal. It's made with steel-cut oats, but here's the twist. They add a really generous drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. And this wasn't just for taste, believe it or not. It was a source of dense, healthy energy that would fuel them for a long day of physical work. And bam, right there you can see our pillars just perfectly in action. The oats bring the fiber for that steady energy. The walnuts and that incredible olive oil deliver those crucial healthy fats for heart health. And a little sprinkle of cinnamon brings in those inflammation-fighting antioxidants. It's a perfect harmony. Okay, let's pack our bags and head way east to Okinawa, Japan. This region has one of the highest concentrations of centenarians anywhere in the world. And their breakfast? Totally different vibe. We're talking savory. So a typical Okinawan breakfast is this beautiful warm bowl of miso soup, usually with some tofu and seaweed in there, and maybe on the side they'll have some steamed purple sweet potatoes. This meal is all about nourishing the gut and just loading up on powerful nutrients. Just look at how this breakfast hits every single one of our targets. You get plant-based protein and gut-healthy probiotics from the miso and tofu. Those amazing sweet potatoes are packed with antioxidants like vitamins A and C. And seaweed, it's basically a multivitamin from the sea, just loaded with essential minerals. All right, from Japan, let's hop over to the tropics, to the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica. Down there, breakfast is fresh, it's vibrant, and it is a true celebration of just keeping things simple. Often, they'll just start the day with fresh fruit, like papaya. But here's their unique spin. They'll squeeze on some lime juice and add a little dash of chili powder for a kick. And sometimes they'll pair this with a side of roasted plantains, which are just full of fiber and potassium. And you might think, wow, that's so simple, but it still lines up perfectly with our pillars. The papaya is just bursting with antioxidants that are amazing for your skin and your immune system. The plantain gives you that crucial fiber for heart health, and that little combo of lime and chili, it adds a ton of flavor and can even give your metabolism a little nudge. Okay, for our last stop, we're heading back to the Mediterranean, to the rugged island of Sardinia in Italy. Their breakfast is hearty, it's savory, and it is absolutely built to keep you going for hours. So a real classic breakfast here is a Sardinian frittata. We're talking high-quality eggs, loaded with local veggies like spinach and tomatoes, and seasoned with fresh herbs. And they might add a little sprinkle of pecorino cheese, which comes from grass-fed sheep and is packed with healthy fats. So let's break this powerhouse down, shall we? The eggs are your perfect protein source, and they're full of choline, which is so important for brain health. All those vegetables load you up on vitamins and antioxidants. And that little bit of pecorino cheese adds those satisfying healthy fats. It's a totally complete, nutrient-dense meal to start the day. Okay, so after that amazing trip around the world, I know what you're probably thinking, this is all great, but how do I actually do this at home? Well, the great news is you absolutely do not need to live in a blue zone to eat like you do. Let's boil it all down to a simple blueprint you can use literally anywhere. Honestly, it all comes down to these 3 super easy steps. Step 1, start with a whole food, fiber-rich base. Think steel-cut oats or a good slice of whole wheat toast. Step 2, add a quality protein source to keep you full and satisfied. Eggs, Greek yogurt, a handful of nuts, you name it. And step 3, top it with power-ups. We're talking antioxidant-rich berries, omega-3 packed flax seeds, or anti-inflammatory spices like cinnamon or turmeric. You know, the biggest, most powerful changes in our health, they don't happen overnight. They start with one small, simple step. You don't need to completely throw out everything in your kitchen. It's just about making one intentional choice. So I want to leave you with this one question. What one simple change are you going to make to your breakfast tomorrow? Will you add a handful of berries, sprinkle on some flax seeds, or maybe, just maybe, you'll try a savory breakfast for the first time? You have the blueprint now. Your journey to a longer, healthier life can literally start with your very next meal.